In November, there's a lot of games to go, but one game can change the fortunes of a season, and for me, both, this is one of these. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Finally off the mark. Oh, he enjoyed that, didn't he, Mason Faulkner?
Isn't it funny? Sometimes it just takes one to open the floodgates, and Johnson steps into that one very confidently.
Here's Defoe with a nice head fake, putting it on the floor. Darius Defoe, wow.
And the problem for the Plymouth Patriots in this game was it dropped off horribly on both ends of the Levi, who he tried to get at the beginning of the season, but they weren't able to because he chose another contract. But boy, have they got the right piece now.
Oh, chase down block from Jacob Wiley.
Carves past the defense, then straight to the rim. That's a more aggressive, effective move.
McGill trying to get a block of his own there. Oh, you were going back to that Caleb Asprey block,
yes,
weren't you? As Johnson stares down the triple.
I thought it was almost a guaranteed basket there from Plymouth, but Newcastle Eagles' persistence on the defensive end prevailed.
Lobbed up to Delpesh, who jams it in. Wow, stuck on 10.
Thing is, they're not getting stopped either, Dan.
No, and that's 15 in a row now for the Newcastle Eagles, and Paul James has to call a timeout.
Going to need him to get into this game sooner rather than later, or this could be gone for the Patriots.
I think he might get a few words from his coach as well while he's there, and his assistant. And there's Ward Hibbert again, wide open in the three. Been a little too prone to here in Plymouth. But as we saw last week, when they get going, they can really get hot, but they have to be better defensively.
It's a difficult shot.
Atwood's yet to score in the game.
Yeah, difficult shot, and that's a shot he can make as well ordinarily.
Well, here's Dusha trying to get some points off turnovers for the Patriots, and that's the first one of the game for them. Oh, nice pass. Well, Whitfield doesn't score the first time, but he gets fouled and scores the second time.
Find his cutting teammate, Whitfield, who drives right down the middle. Defoe, the bigger opposing player.
Darius knows all the tricks in the book as well to win that battle. Nice pass! And Wiley with the jam. Just talk things over, and this is the problem. Defoe has to go because Ward Hibbert is beaten, and that leaves Wiley, and there's no help to help her, so Wiley's got an easy jam there.
One of the most recent signings there, Terrell Green, and he's really struggled in this game since coming on court. And Josh Ward Hibbert in between the two defenders gets a little bump on the hand or head.
Easy stuff for Atwood today, and there he is chasing back for the steal.
Wow. Doesn't celebrate, waving his hands in the air. He gets back straight away, and a great pass inside.
There we go, two good plays from TJ Atwood. Comes up with the steal, finds his man underneath. As you said, didn't celebrate, ran back down court, got the Jets on, got the steal, and then went, what can I do here positive? There's a teammate underneath. I'll find him for two. Nothing doing.
No, he wanted those 10, 15 years ago as well, Dan.
He did, yeah. Oh, what a block. Absolutely thrown out by Whitfield. It's my kind of defense. It doesn't require energy. Nice pass. Defoe finding Green for the two-handed flush. Well, shot clock off. Newcastle trying to run it down to the buzzer. McGill getting all the way to the rim and laying it in. Perfect timing of the attack to give Plymouth no room for manoeuvre to respond in the form. Atwood trying to get himself going here at the start of the second half and doing exactly that.
Great move there from Atwood. He's being guarded by Taj Green, who's 6'9", athletic, so longer than him, but what Atwood has is he has the foot speed, he has the patience there to get himself in that danger area, use the pump fake and score.
Well, he's a guy who finds his spots. Here's Green for three, and that's definitely one of his. He can knock down the three ball.
Yeah, Taj Green there will just pop up and make a big play out of nowhere. It's been one of those games for him where he hasn't been as prominent or as dominant as he usually is.
Nice pass and a great finish laid in by Levi, and Green trying to chase the block, commits the foul instead.
Johnson there with a penetration, good hands there from Levi. Johnson catches the ball, he's only got one thing on his mind.
Well, it's a three-point shootout as Whitfield fires one up back. Jordan Johnson turns the corner, drives into traffic and gets it wiped out by Atwood. Atwood running the floor, but Faulkner takes it on his own and scores.
In numbers, this is the play before. Good take, and oh goodness me, Atwood comes across and
Tried to be subtle, but perhaps not quite subtle enough. Well, Ward Hibbert has a rare missed three, but Whitfield doesn't. He knocks down another triple. That is his second of the game. But referee says play on. Oh, Johnson got out of a tough spot. Ward Hibbert again for three. Josh Ward Hibbert knocks down his third triple of the game.
And it had to be him with a dagger. Extends this lead now.
Ouch. Oh, that's a tough shot, top of the key. They needed some points going against his old team. He's like that little Nowitzki fall away, hasn't he, today?
Yep.
I've seen that a few times. Here's Dusha pushing hard. Dusha getting to the rim and laying it in.
At times, lack of discipline on the defensive end. And these all contribute to losing records.
Knocks it down with regularity.
Well, it's the 1990s mid-range,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is. Yeah, exactly. And in the corner there, Ricky McGill. Neighbor, that's his range. They've seen that here at the Pavilions many times. 12 points difference in that stat. Green continues to draw iron. Out to McGill. Now they've taken the same number of threes once again. That's a good, then you've got McGill, top of the key. Dusha got there a little.
And again, Patriots just haven't been as committal on the defensive end as what I thought they would be today.
Well, Neighbor committed to the steal there, drops it back to Ward Hibbert. Dusha kicks to the corner. Johnson flushed off the three-point line, knocks down the two. And he knocks down the three. We'd all be cursing him for not running him off the line. So you've got to acknowledge it when he does do it.
Well, there's these podcasts out that want to dissect everything.
There's McGill at the top of the key. Nobody getting out to Ricky McGill, and another. Wiley underneath, able to convert.
Jacob Wiley, just so athletic. Remarkable professional career.
Well, I don't know if you remember Tony Dorsey, as there's Green finally getting on the board. Tony Dorsey played for Great Britain. Welcome back to the Plymouth Pavilions. Taylor Johnson fouled out just before that timeout, so he's out of the game for the remainder. Will Neighbor, a former Plymouth player, absolutely coming back and haunting them here today.
It's the same motion as well. It's just a down screen, and he's curling off that down screen. Can't allow that from a pure shooter like as Will Neighbor is.
Well, he and McGill are both hit threes at the top there. It's about that time. But there's a few candidates out there, and in terms of player of the game, and that's definitely one of them. Getting another block shot, Josh Ward Hibbert.
Yeah, he's certainly a strong candidate, but there's a few other players there in an Eagle jersey that have came down to Plymouth today. Will Neighbor making a strong case.
Well, if he had, he's found it.
Yeah, agreed. Goodness me, look at that.
There we go, right on cue, dancing his way through the defense for two.
Sometimes you feel like someone can't hear you, and they can, and Ricky McGill just shows us all why.
Dan Nakota drops it in. Well, these two teams, of course, go head-to-head again next week live on Sky Sports. And Newcastle trying to do some psychological damage for that one by running it up here against Plymouth. Basket is good, and there's that man again, Josh Ward Hibbert.
Look at this. Initially slowed down here, and Ricky McGill, just slicing the defense behind the back dribble.
Substituted out of the game, but what an incredible performance for him.
It's a difference maker. What a remarkable performance today.
Well, Neighbor, he decides not to shoot that time, but he's had those looks a number of times, and well, at the end of a very comfortable win for Newcastle. It didn't look like that earlier. Whitfield tries on the near side. He's speaking of running it up, he's thinking about next week and trying to smash them as hard as he can. Dagakoto drives through traffic for the lane. Put it on the floor. Hart doesn't want him to get that bucket, and that will do it for a dominant display by the Newcastle Eagles.